Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Right, Sophie? Yes. Uh, and also, the time clocks changed last night, and I'm totally thrown off. I am. I know they are too. But, yeah, I don't know. I kept waking up last night, then got up, walked the dog, and I was like, man, it just feels weird, but that's what it is. Everybody will show up like an hour late. But yeah, clocks changed. So that's what it is if you're feeling a little weird, right? All right, so we got the big topic is age verification. It's coming. Every system is going to be having it, right? And I don't know. There's good things and there's bad things with it, right? But it doesn't matter what you feel about it. Like, it's on its way, and I don't know what to do with it. So I think the way they're trying to go about some of the stuff is not so good, but especially for systems that get hacked like all the time and your personal information just gets taken. So, right, Sophie? I know, you just drank a whole bunch of water. You're dripping everywhere. So this morning I'm having a coffee that is called Mushroom Coffee by Bones. So it's a mixture of regular coffee with some of the mushroom stuff, and it's kind of neat. Bones Coffee Mushroom. It's this one. Yeah, this is it. Right? And it's got like a bunch of different types of get out of here. A bunch of different types of like mushrooms in there, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. So, all right. Well, I think it's gonna be a pretty quiet morning. So I think we'll just drop over, and there we are. We'll just start working on some stuff. Now, I worked on some things yesterday. So the laser system is a little more refined. It's working a little better for the level 3. And it's only one enemy so far that has it. But we're working on it. So it's not this. I am trying to find what enemy counts. Okay, so we just have that. Maybe it's in spawner. Do I have the spawner opener here? Yeah, I do. All right. Let's take a look at my list here. Props, entities, enemies, level 3. All right, so the only one that's a level 3 so far is our enemy number 20. And we need more level 2 type enemies. Or do we? I mean, we could take like 5 of them. Flames, welcome in. Yes, you caught one of my streams. I'm totally thrown off this morning, though, because our time clocks changed last night. I don't know about you, but they did change for us. And I'm totally, like, out of it this morning. Yeah. All right. So, hang in there. I got it. Right. Flames, if you haven't seen the game in a while, let's show it. All right. So the game is just simply called The Escape, right? You are a person that has been experimented upon, and you need to escape the facility that you're in, right? So you arrive, and you got to talk to this guy who's there to try to help you, right? And so you talk, he leaves, and then you got to go through the little portal, right? You go in, and then it starts the top-down shooting stuff, right? So you have level 1 enemies coming at you. And then you got to work your way out, right? So you have a bunch of different rooms that you got to go through. And was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I made the essence stones also heal you if you walk over them. So then once you complete that, you're like, okay, I got 2 choices, right? And you don't know why you have 2 choices yet. But you go in here. Let's say we take the top one. You come in, and you can see sort of you got a map. You're like, oh, you know, you're going to go here, right? And then you can pick some weapons, because here's that guy that was helping you. And he's going to be like, hey, you know, I'm going to try to help you, you know, all the way. But I need stuff in return. So I need to collect these essence stones. And that's kind of why it's a currency. You're giving him the essence stone, and he gives you a weapon for it. So we'll choose another gun and a shuriken. So my options are shuriken, throwing axe, or a bong. The bong, by the way, is a club. It's an indestructible one, so it does not shatter. And we'll do a throwing axe. All right, so I can't afford any more. Come in, and man, sometimes there's a bug on this, and I got to figure that out. It doesn't always let you click. Oh wait, it's over. Off. That's why. Okay. Anyways, click OK, and you go into the next round, and now you have more weapons to you. And as you level up, the enemies also change level, and there's new enemies for every level that you go up. And I think I'm only going to make it like so there's 5 levels. Then you can come in, and you're going to like, okay, need to buy another one. And that sound that you heard was skill points, right? And let's see. Okay, so I hit my max weapons. You have to choose a weapon to swap. So let's get rid of that one. Okay, can't afford it anymore. It's offset. But this is it. This is kind of the game. Just a top-down shooter of avoidance. The level 1 and level 2 enemies do try to take you out by contact. The level 3 starts with like lasers and that kind of stuff. So they do build it up. But that's it. That's the game. And, you know, not bad for making just a, you know, it's only a 3-month project. Because I've been on that kick since like summer last year, just doing a whole bunch of 3 months. And that's what, you know, a couple of these are. So the Twitch avatar one, which, yep, that's running at the bottom of the screen there. The RPG, the tower defense game, and now the Escape are all 3-month games. So, what are you up to today? Are you taking a day off? You relaxing today? All right, let's think. Why is this? Oh, that should be part of that case number there. All right. So I was just trying to figure out whether or not, and we're going to be moving some new sprites that I was working on over here. Right. So we have this guy as level 2. We're going to do our level 3. I got a couple more to put in for level 3. Going to play some stars with a number and probably take the rest of the day off. Nice. I gotta see. I saw. Oh, it's because I have them right here too. That would do it. And here. All right, let's look through our enemies real quick. I think I'm going to make the first 5 be the whatever it is, level 1. And then these guys there. That way there's it sort of builds up, right? And I may have enough enemies doing it that way. So what do I have today? Well, it'll be, I don't know. I tend to only stream about 3 hours, so I'm going to stream for 3 hours. And then I'm going to a meetup today with the local game developer guild. We're meeting at a place called let me pull it up here. It's pretty neat. New Games Plus, right? It's a gaming center, but it is retro gaming center, and you can come in, you pay by the hour, you can be able to go in and see all the cool stuff that they have, right? And that's it. It's a retro gaming place, right? So you go in there, they have all these old computer games and console games. So they have some original computers there. But what we're going to do as a game developer guild is we set up, and we take over all the computers, and we put our games on the computers. Then it opens, and the public gets to come in. They get to try out the games. We get live feedback from actual players that are not like developers. So we get different, set of view on your game. Can I help you, Sophie? What are you doing? I know you're waiting for a treat, but it's a lot of fun. We meet up like once a month there. And it's usually pretty good. I didn't go last month, so I was like, oh, I need to go this month. And it's cool. And with our group, we have a couple professional game developers there. We have someone that's from Bethesda. We have somebody from Blizzard that's part of it. So they come in, they check out and try all our games, and then we get to pick their brain about how they feel about the game loop. What, from a professional standpoint, what do they look for in games? And it helps, right? And then you get to take that info, go back, and try to work on stuff. Sophie, you just have to wait. I know. But that is today. And Flames, I don't know if you are a coffee drinker, but this morning I am doing a coffee from Bones Coffee that's called Mushroom. And it has a variety of mushrooms mixed in, right? I don't know. It's supposed to be like good for you. I don't know. But the coffee's pretty good, actually. That's this. There we are. That's a good zoom. And this is what it's got like 4 types of mushrooms in it, and mixed in with regular coffee, their coffee. And yeah, it's really smooth, actually. All right. So we're adjusting here. And I think we'll take, let's do object enemy 10 and add that to the list. Right. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's move them to 2 here. Oops. And then 11, 12, we'll put into our level 3. So object enemy 11, do the same 12. All right, and this one we're gonna rename it. This one needs to be number 13. And we're going to bring in some new sprites for it. Let's go to sprites, enemy. All right, let me fix this real quick. But I think the game's coming along, right? Crap. Just happened. There it goes. We have, I don't know, 3 months or 3 months. We got 3 weeks left after this week, right? So until the end of the month. Yeah, so 3 full weekends left. And then we'll be done. Once we finish this game, we're going to break the 3-month time period, right? And that I've been doing. So the 3-month challenges, we're going to break that cycle. We're going to do a 6-month. Now, during that 6 months, though, we're going to revisit one of my games. And we're going to revisit the RPG game. And we're going to really take the game up to the next level. We're going to add more content to it. We're going to add biomes, enemies, quests. We're going to make it so you can talk to more NPCs. We're going to fix a couple of the bugs that are in the 3-month one. I think it'll be good. I think it'd be good. All right. Let's work on this. So this needs to be changed. So this needs to be match the enemy there. All right. We'll do another sprite. We'll call this 14. For our 13, so this is number 12, right? Yeah. I have them twice, so we need to get rid of them. So we need this one. All right, looks like I go over just a little bit there. So we'll go a little bit higher than them. And we'll copy it. And I'm sure there's easier ways to do things. I tried GM Link. I didn't really like it, so I turned it off. But we're going to copy that over. So now we'll come in here and we'll edit this. And we'll get rid of all these sprites. These frames, I should say. And then here, we get rid of this one. We're going to close it. We're going to change the size. Let's just make it like 5 by 5 so that when we paste, I can scale it. All right, so that looks okay, right? Now we're going to do image, convert to frames. And I guess I should have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. And these are not 32. I'm going to say, nope, it's 46. Close. Let's make this a little bigger. There. All right. That looks like it's going to be pretty even. I'm off just a little bit right here. So there will be a little bit of adjustment. There. All right. So now we're going to convert it. It will make the frames for me. And it's actually not that bad. It is moving fine. He's got to move. It's a sort of movement and attack one. All right. Cool. So now enemy spawn. We have 1, 2, and 3. But up enemy helper. We're gonna turn this on again. It gets rid of all the other levels, but it's a debug method for me to test a certain particular level of enemies. And our spawner, we're going to make between 5 and like 20 so I can check them out. And that should do it. All right, we'll wait for OBS here to catch up. Perfect. Oh, this looks good. I do think like I want right here, maybe make that little guy move inside the container. I know it looks weird. I just noticed it. All right. In the window game, right, the light is reversed. So if I go up, it goes down. If I go down, it goes up. I can't get both to work. So right now, it works fine if I run it inside a browser view. But, you know. All right. Hey, friend, I can only help for a short time before they notice. I'm creating a portal to get you to the next area. Go through the blue portal when it arrives. You must get out before they do more experiments on you. Here, take this pistol. To get started, you'll need it. Good. Oh. It's not going to show up properly. Sort of. Oh, no, they're firing. Okay. Yeah. All right, we need to system game. I need to adjust my level so I'm correct. And we're going to edit some of this stuff. We're just going to turn that off. So the only one we see is going to be object 13. There. And we don't need this many. We want 1 to 2. And the other thing I don't want is the weapon active on the player. Let's turn that off. All right. And we'll test it again. All right. Through. We'll talk to you. You run away. And come in here. I have no weapons. Okay, so it fires, it goes through the sequence. It looks a little off on this guy, and I wonder. I'm going to try to fix that. Let me think about how I have the sprite here. So that is center. That is not center. Let's do middle, center. Bottom center. We'll do middle center, and you can't see it, but it's right here. That should be okay. Now, let's rerun it. Let's go find this enemy. There he is. Ouch. All right, so it goes green, the telegram, right? It goes green, yellow, red, and then he fires. Now, the green and yellow will follow the player, right? And red locks on, and then it fires. So you have the chance to try to avoid the laser. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Ouch. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I mean, I can make that arrow a little longer. And that might look all right. Let's think about where this is it. The tell arrow. Let's make our width. How about we double it for right now? Let's try that. Oops. To there. That might be okay. Let's run it and check it. So I'm coding the color into it. It's not actually a color on there. So it's white to make it a little easier for the color to be seen. What do we think? Does that need to be smaller or thinner, maybe? No, I think it works. Sometimes it looks like the laser does not make it to where the player is. And I think that's only... Yeah, I don't know. But it's much better than it was. All right. Let's work on enemy 14. Well, I'm trying to think. Do I want these guys? We'll do her. Let's do Medusa here. So I need to, whoops. Let's move this one. And good morning, Panuch. How are you doing? I think Sophie heard because I said your name and she comes running over. She was like, oh, Somebody's getting me a treat. Somebody's getting me a treat. Holy long name. Welcome in. Good morning. How you doing, Avenger? I know, Sophie. Hold on. All right, so we have a Sophie treat. Let's do a quick swamp. Here we are. This is Sophie. Here we go. Good girl. And there we are. All right. You like my Medusa here? It's a little out of sorts for the size, but I think it goes okay, right? Adventure, you're doing good. Excellent. You're doing a few chores. I hope to be done with everything so you can game dev in peace later. Good luck. Chores and stuff are never done. All right, let's think about this. I think let's move these back, actually. Let's just take... Actually, I need that moved. We're going to move those there. We're just going to take these ones. This isn't going to work unless I make him all the same spacing. Or I can copy them over one at a time. But... let's just do that. All right, that's going to be our size here. So Adventure, what game engine are you using? Are you using GameMaker? All right, that'll be our biggest frame. So we'll do that. And we'll add a couple of these ahead of it. We actually have like 4 ahead of it. We'll do this in reverse. Let's grab this one. And Panuch, what are you up to today? Were you either one of you thrown off by the time change? Yep. You're using GameMaker Studio. Excellent. And doing a shooter game. Oh, cool. You also have an RPG game, and that you're doing that is in RPG Maker MZ. I've heard of RPG Maker. I'm not sure what the MZ is. And you have a concept of a card game too. Excellent. Sounds like you got a lot going on. And you've been looking forward to it. Excellent. Just playing around with PNG Tuber Remix. Excellent. As you can see, I am slowly bringing in new enemies here. We have it so that we have, this is number 14, right? So we have level 1s, level 2s. Those ones are doing okay. Yesterday, my plans got canceled that I was supposed to go and work on the Jeep with some other people, and things got all jumbled and none of that happened, right? So I ended up spending the day working on the game and trying to get level 3 working better, cleaned up some stuff. So it's coming along. The pixel effects and all that stuff are getting better. Pixel effects, particle effects. All right, if that's where it is. I think we can put that there. Then we'll add one more in the beginning here. We'll grab the other two. Go there. Nope, I didn't want to do that whole thing. What did I just do? All right. We'll make it look a little bit like she's moving there. Adventure, you actually demoed a boss battle collection from my RPG at a few expos and conventions last year's that went over really well. Excellent. That's cool to hear. This year, you have a few promo shows and looking forward to the showing off the shooter game. Excellent. You love the indie dev spaces for some of those cons have. Always a great time. It is. The local game developer guild here is actually going to be joining the SXSW event. It's open to like indie developers. It's music. It's a huge big festival held in Austin, and we're gonna have like a little table booth there, and it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of us are contributing our stuff to it. And Brent, good morning. I should say, how's your day been? It is not morning for you. All right. Oops. So we're going to take this, bring that one over. All right, that should be good there. And then I think we have one more at the end here. No, it's not. You were going to stream. I was watching for your streams, but you're wearing a green shirt that wouldn't go well with your green screen, and too lazy to change. Well, just put the green screen down. Don't use it. We've all seen your display case and your ukulele and all that stuff. It's you just didn't want people to have you do the ukulele. Is that it? You're trying to get out of it? I got it. I know why you have the green screen now. You moved the desk. Oh, why? All right. So the kitchen is behind you. Well, I mean, you're closer to the food, so I understand it now. And you're totally playing the ukulele right now. How did I know? You know, we just know these things. All right, we'll finish up this one, and we'll get this into the game, and then we'll go check it out. All right. I might be a little fast for it, so we'll slow it down. Okay. I think that works pretty good. Let me do thanks. All right. So we're going to switch over and let's start making this into an enemy now. This should be here. We need to enter that into my spawner, right? So I'm going to do object, enemy. This is number 14. There. And we're going to test it with just the new enemy. So I already have it set to only show here. I'm only going to show the level 3 one. All right, let's run it. We're just checking out the new enemy, make sure that it looks okay in the game. And that guy runs away. Then you come into the room. And let's find the enemy there. All right, so the enemy has a telegram or a tel that launches a laser at you. The laser on this, I wish I could, I need to figure out, maybe I can adjust it for this particular enemy. I bet we can raise this, right? So let's stop this. Let's look here. We're going to raise this up to middle center. And let's run it again. I haven't figured out a good noise, like a sound effect yet for the laser, but we'll get there. I have a few on here. I just have to sit and go through them. Oop, there she is. All right, so it looks a little better, right? So I think I have it aligned so the laser looks like it comes out of her eyes a bit. If you're directly across from her. All right, cool stuff. And the way the tel works is it goes green to yellow to red. Now, when it's on green and yellow, you can move and the tel's going to follow you. But once it hits red, it locks onto you and you have a chance to try to avoid it. And that took me forever yesterday. Try to get that to work right. Okay. I think that's good. I don't think these three or these two guys here, the one with the axe or the sword, are going to be good for a level 3 because they're melee ones. So I need to put them, excuse me, into back to the level 2. Yeah. And I have to come up with some other enemies that are going to be good for like laser shooting. So I got to do that. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the level 4s. And then the level 5, I think, is just only going to be like one guy. And he's kind of going to be like your boss guy. big boss guy. So. All right. Oh yeah, and Manish, I don't know if you saw the final version of the walls that I did in the start room. Right? So this is all the stuff for it. But that's my final sort of wall. I really like how the gradient effect came out on this. And I think it looks really good when I mix it with some of this stuff, right? So now, inside the room, that's what it looks like. I think it all blends together really well. I like how that came out. All right, we're going to reset things so that I can play straight through it. So let me put me back to level 1. It's the floating text heal. Was it this one? Yeah. All right, that'll be all the enemies. And we need to turn that back off. Where is my spawner? Oh, I was already in it. How many do we want? How about, let's do 20 to 50. Right? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, and I need to undo, give myself a weapon to start. There we go. And we're going to actually close that down. I'm going to switch it over to play on the browser, because that is how the game is meant to be played. And there is some differences between the Windows version and the browser play. And I figured out how to do this yesterday. So all right. I haven't come up with a image here for an enemy countdown, right? So it tells you how many are in the room, and it counts it down until you have 0 left. This stuff is just kind of my debug stuff, but I do have a health bar on here, and that's the Essence Stone. There is a version available on the itch page. I updated it last night, so if you're interested in it and testing it out, there's the current version, except for the stuff I'm working on today, and you can try it out, find some bugs, and let's fix some stuff, or try to. All right, there we are. All right, hey friend, I can only help for short time before they notice. You got to hit, if you're using the keyboard, you can hit space through this. Otherwise, if you're on the gamepad, it's A. That dude walks away. We go through the portal. There I am with my weapon. And to test it, let me get hit. Nope. I took him out before I got hit. All right. We're at 27 XP. You got to choose a direction. Let's go up. We're gonna add a toilet plunger and can't afford. Oh, that's right. This button is way offset for the mouse. And on controller, it works fine. Okay. So let me make a note of that real quick. Can't afford more weapon. Okay, button is mouse is offset bottom right. There we go. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Ads are here. All right, I'm going to take a quick be right back. I'm going to grab some more coffee. Now's a good time to get up and stretch and do what you need to. And I will see everybody in a few moments. Hang tight. Okay, I'm back. And I saw you say itch, and I posted my itch. But yes, I have sort of a slew of games on there, right? I've only been doing this for about 2 years, trying to learn. So my first one was the I call it Space Pew Pew, but it's a remake of Asteroid, right? Then Pixel Warrior was probably the next thing. It took me a year for that, my first full game. And it's pretty good. But it's definitely a first full game. Then I had a couple game jams that are here. Then I started doing, after Pixel Warrior ended, I wanted shorter projects so I could learn more. So I started doing the 3-month thing. So I went and did the Twitch avatar app, which is what you see running around the bottom of the screen here. Then a tower defense game. Then I did, between that and here, before starting the RPG, I did another game jam. That's what Balloon Lift is. Then the RPG. And now we're on the Escape. Yeah, some of them are downloads. So like the Pixel Warrior is a download. Some of these ones are downloads. But all the newer ones, the Balloon Lift, RPG, and the Escape that I'm working on are all browser play. All right, let's restart it. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm slowly getting there. Like I said, after this particular 3-month project, which only has like 3 weeks left, I'm going to do a 6-month. So I'm breaking the 3-month cycle. I'm doing 6 months, but it's a revisit on the RPG. So we're going to take wherever I left off and move forward with it and spend 6 months on it and really do well. So right now, the RPG only has 3 biomes, 3 enemies, 3 quests, and a whole bunch of NPCs. Right? A whole bunch of NPCs that are people in chat. Right? So once we go in here, you can see a whole bunch of them. We have members from the local game dev guild in here. We have chat. Your names are on here, right? And if we go out into town, Brent, there you are. And of course, you know, we got Sophie here, which you can pet and then give a treat. So yeah, we're really going to take this to the next level, make it a really good game, I think. And Brent, thank you for the Sophie treat. Exactly. Let me switch over here because she is now here. Stream Deck doesn't always want to switch. There it goes. All right. Come on, Stream Deck. There it goes. Say she's a good dog. The new camera, yeah. So I just made a new scene for it where it'll switch over if Stream Deck decides to behave, right? And you can see my video game carpet, like my rug that I'm on. But that's it. She hangs out right behind me. You can see behind my chair, you got her bed, her toys. She knows I'm talking about her. And again, she is the main event here. I'm just kind of the co-host, you know, so. All right, let's go work our way through this a little bit. Yeah, see, the lighting works fine on the browser. On the window one, it does the opposite. And I can't get them both to do the same thing for some reason, so it's not that big of a deal because it's only going to be browser play, but... I think I need to slow down the pistol a little bit. It fires really fast, and the only sound you're hearing is when the enemy is destroyed, not the hit of the bullets. And then we'll go through. Let's go up. We're going to take a frying pan. And this is where it is offset by the mouse. So it's way over here. But it works fine with the controller. So I have not put any of these into the game yet. But clicking on them is not going to do anything. And, of course, we have our skill. That is not showing up right for the mouse. Let's try controller for a minute. All right, we can select the panels on the controller. We can go down. There we go. And I can select skills. I do need to clean this up. At some point, I'll get rid of all this stuff over here on the side, turn it off. But for right now, it's staying. And we're not level 2 yet, so we can't use this. And I should be able to hit B, come back, and we'll come into the next round. Yeah, like I said, I made it so that these do heal you if you run over them now. Let's go this way. Let's choose that. All right, so I can't choose any more weapons. We say okay. Then we go to the next round. And I don't know. The weapons are, it's just funny stuff. That's all. All right, if I run through here, I'm going to take some damage. We're going to test out these things. Shez +2 on it, so we should be good. I don't know if that needs to be bigger or not. Those little +2s. All right, now we're level 2. We're going to go into this one. We're going to come down here, go to skills. Or it doesn't want to open this time. Wonderful. Do that. Let's try to buy another one. We can't. All right. You are at max weapons. Choose a weapon to swap. We'll swap out the frying pan. B to cancel. Well, it worked the first time, and now it won't work at all for the mouse. And it's not selecting it this time. Great. I was going to make, I think, the taser so it slows the enemy down. I definitely need to slow that firing down. Let's do another taser. Nope. All right. Let's go up. And you can see on the mini map we are moving around in the map. I haven't figured out if I want to show anything in here yet. Right? But or where I'm going to have the actual exit. No, still can't choose. Okay. We're going to go until we get to level 3. It's about as far as I'm in anyways with enemies and stuff. So right now, you're not healing anywhere, except for picking up the little things, and that's only a +2. But if you run through the level and you don't heal all the way, you come back out, it's still remembering where you left off. So there is a chance you're going to start with less health than you want. I don't know what to do with that. After this round, we should hit level 3. There we are. It says level 3. Now let's go into here. This should be the one with all the lasers. They didn't fire as many lasers as I was thinking they were going to. I think I also need to increase the amount of enemies as you progress, right? There's some lasers. And I need to put in some enemy logic. They kind of herd together, right? If you go in circles, you can kind of herd them all together. So I need to fix that too. All right. Well, let's close that. Close some of that down. All right, there we go. I think let's think about this. The OK button in the what does it say? Can't afford any more weapon. All right, that is on the store manager right there. This is the state. Where's my mouse? So here, mouse get You are at max weapons. Choose a weapon to swap. Okay, so that's not it. It's this. Well, let's copy that. Nope. I just want this one. Let's put that into the notes. So that way I have an original for a minute. Here, we'll put it right there. Here. All right. So now I can see that, right? On this, what is wrong with this? So this is the can't afford any more weapons, so sad dialog box that appears. The mouse is right here. The mouse is offset. Yeah. All right. Let's think about this. Where bottom, so button hovered, right? So my button hovered. Button X button width divided by 2. Button X plus width 2. It works okay with the gamepad because all we're doing with the gamepad is just saying A to select OK. But here, GameMaker, what did you just do? Stop that. I think we need it here, right? So I'm going to change it, and we have the original right back here in the notes, right? But I think we need to say we're going to make it variable for MX and MY, so mouse X and mouse Y. We're going to change it to be device mouse X to GUI. Versus the way we're doing it. And maybe that will help align it better. Right? So by that, It's device mouse X to GUI. Whoops. To GUI. What do I need to put in here? I think it's just, I'm going to put, it's just 0. This function returns X position of the touch on the device in relation to the GUI layer. If you are running this on HTML or HTML5, which we are, modular value is updated constantly. Note that the maximum number of touches can be detected will depend very much on the device being used in the OS it runs. Also note that HTML5 only device 0. Okay, so we're going to put a 0 in there. And then we're going to do the same thing here, but we're going to do device mouse X to, nope, Y to GUI. And this is going to be the same thing. The device from 0, yes. So, same thing. Nope. Where the hell's my 0? There. All right, let's run it and see if maybe that fixed some stuff. Yeah, okay. What am I on? On GX, so we need to do run. Oh, stop the running of the current one. Yes. It took me forever, by the way, to figure out how to test the game in browser mode, right? So in, like, when you set it over, you can't see it, but over here you set it to like GX games for browser mode. It took me forever to realize you don't use debug, and that's why the browser kept coming up as a black window. You can't, it won't let you use debug in browser mode, but it does in Windows mode. And to test it properly, you have to use the run command. You can't use debug. And once I figured that out, I was reading forums. I was going all over the place, and finally, I was like, oh. All right. Anyways, let's test it. Cheap and good morning. All right, go in. All right, so we're going to do a frying pan. I can't do any more. Okay, so now it looks like my button is better. So I think that worked, right? And again, the only reason I think it was because yesterday I was looking up stuff, because doing it on the browser has a different sort of window-based GUI than it does when you're making a Windows game. So I was looking up different ways to get the mouse to work on stuff, because I was always offset. All right, so I think we have that working. Can't can not afford any more weapons. How about you? You are out of
Hello there.
essence.
Hello there.
And cannot afford any more weapons. So sad.
Another happy landing.
Have a happy landing. Good morning, homeless. You're late. Somebody comes running over when I say a bunch of your names, huh? Hi, Sophie. It's still my favorite hello. It is. Did you just burp at me? Yes. All right. Well, I think we fixed that so it works okay. I think we need to come back over here. We're going to make an enemy with this. But I don't know. Maybe the bat could be one that has a laser. That'd be kind of neat, right? Laser bat. Or this guy. Oh, I bet I could work with him and make him a laser. And Sophie treat. All right, let me switch over here to the Sophie cam. If my Stream Deck wants to accept that button, there it is. It always takes me pressing it twice. I don't know why. Thank you, Almost. She appreciates it. So we have the bat already here. I think what we need to do is we're going to take this, move it down to a level 3, right? And we're going to make this into our level 2. You love how she just turns around right here instead of taking it somewhere? Yeah. That's because, like, right behind me... Let me see if I can get this thing to switch back over. So, right behind me, you can see my flannel on the chair, right? And is her bed. So, that's it, like, back over there. Right? She's got her toys right behind me, and this is the rug. She hangs out on the rug, and it's my controller rug. But that's it. She hangs out there. Yeah, that's her. That's hers. She just hangs out right here. And like I said, her down. We have 2 beds, so one's upstairs and one's down here. Her downstairs one is I don't know, 6 feet or so behind me, and so that's where she hangs out. And it's funny when you give her a treat. If we're over in the kitchen or something, you give her a treat, she'll run to a rug with it. But she doesn't like to eat treats on the hardwood floor, like on the regular floor. She has to be on a rug. So, it's kind of a thing with her. Don't really know why, but that's okay. It's just what she does. All right, let's try to give some base here. Yeah, we're going to make this just a little bigger. We're going to copy some of that other one in there. We're going to make a new enemy here. So this is going to be enemy 15 is the bat. But enemy 2... So SPR enemy 02. Is going to be like that. And I think that'll be okay. All right, let's clean this up. There. That should do okay. So we have like six frames that we need to be done in front of it. So here's the slight problem. We got to do this. Like that. Go there. One, two. We need one more in there. So this will be this one. Copy that. So, what are you up to this morning, homeless? Can do that. Oops. All right. That should not have a shadow there. I think I need still one more or two more here. It's about 55 degrees out at 10:30 in the morning, and don't forget your time clocks changed last night. Adventure, you're currently listening to sound effects. Excellent. I have to do that too at some point. So, Homeless, you and Homeless Junior are outside. Excellent. It was not as chilly this morning as it was yesterday, but it is currently 34 degrees outside. But it says it feels like 41, so you know it's a bonus. When I go to leave today, it will be in the 50s. Calvar, it is an hour ago where you are. Yes. Good morning. Today is it's not going to be very high, right? For the next couple of days, it's going to be bouncing a little bit. But by next weekend, we're going to be high 70s and hit like an 80-degree day. So maybe this will be the last of it. And then we just go into the hotness, right? And next weekend, I will work on the Jeep. It didn't happen yesterday. A whole bunch of things like occurred, and none of it happened the way it was supposed to happen. But you know, I got to spend more time with working on the game because of it, which is fine. All right. So now we'll come to the end, and we have 2 of these guys. We'll take that one. Kelmar, you are working on the game. Working on the game is more important. Who needs to work on a vehicle? Yeah, exactly. All I wanted to do was adjust some of my alignment, right? So my wheels are about an inch to the left on the front. I was going to work with some buddies from the off-road group, and we were going to redo the track bar tension to it so we can adjust it. And it's much easier with 2 people. So that one, you can keep the steering wheel where it needs to be, and then you align things, and that way the whole sort of shift of things happen on the axle, and you get it back aligned. I'm off by about an inch, right? But that didn't happen, which is fine because we're going to have to be doing it outside, and yesterday was cold. It's probably why it didn't happen and nobody wanted to say it. But, you know. So, all right, let's get this so it only has 2 of these. We come here. It's going to offset them backwards, isn't it? That I need to shrink. All right. So we'll place that. We're going to do a little modification right here. Do that, and nobody's going to know, right? There. And I think that looks all right. So now we just have one guy left, or one frame left, I should say. Like that. All right. Little fast, little fast. Let's cut it in half. I do have one of my one of my guys. I think it's this one. He becomes a little chubby, right? You can see it right on the frame. So goes there. It looks that one. I don't know what I did, but like, yeah, but it'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Franz, hey, Big, could you run something by me? Sure. You can always. What's up? Okay, let's. So you ask your coder friend why their program allocates memory but never frees it. They said the code got too emotionally attached to the bytes. True. Yes. The joke's so terrible. The cringe counter exceeded the flow point. Yes. But it's still a funny joke. I like it. They got attached to the bytes. They did. It did. Yes. All right. Now we have a new level enemy 2 in here. Right? And I think that frame set is the speed is okay. And we moved the bat to our level 3, but I feel like the bat is going to be small. I don't know if we can edit the bat or not. Fries, welcome in. How you doing? I said your name right? Yeah, Fries. Welcome in. Why did I choose GameMaker instead of example Godot or Unity? I did not have a programming background when I started this 2 years ago. And what I did was I just wanted to do 2D. I didn't really want to do 3D. I felt intimidated by the 3D programming and trying to learn it all. So I didn't want Unity or Unreal. Godot, I felt like it was a good option, but GameMaker was very specialized with 2D, and I knew more people at the time when I was starting or looking into this that were using GameMaker. So I was like, you know what? That's where I'm going to get started, and that's kind of where I'm at. I've been doing this now for 2 years, so I'm still learning. That's why all my projects are like, most of them are 3 months. I've been doing different things to learn it and move on. Eventually, who knows? I may go to Godot. I'll probably never do Unity or Unreal. But I'll probably move to Godot at some point. I just felt like GameMaker was a good one to get started with. And it had GameMaker Visual, and I thought that would help me to try to learn it, right? So, GameMaker Visual looks kind of like, let's find a good picture here. This, right? Sophie Treat, why thank you for that. We'll do that real fast here. Here she comes. This is Sophie, for those that don't know, and she gets a treat. There we go. So back to this. This is GameMaker Visual, and I thought it would help me to identify how to code a little better, right? You can always right-click on it and see your code, so I could correlate what a variable was to what a variable looked like inside the code, and it kind of did. It helped me kind of learn, right? See, and it would show you all the different things. I thought it was a very good way for me to learn how to program. Like I said, I don't have the background, and so I was like, okay, learn game design and coding at the same time, and it was a good way to do it. I hope that answered why. Yeah, I just thought it was a very good way to get started. That's all. And I'm still learning. So I've been doing this now for 2 years. These are, this is my itch page. These are all the different games that I've done or tried to work on over the course of 2 years. I started with a Asteroid remake, a couple game jams. Pixel Warrior was my 1 year game. Then I did a couple 3-month projects. The Twitch avatars that you see running around the bottom of the screen here was a 3-month project. Then I did a tower defense one, another game jam here called Balloon Lift. The RPG game was 3 months, and now we're on one called The Escape. But yeah, that is why I chose GameMaker. I just thought it was an easier one to get into. And like I said, now that I know more, who knows? Maybe I'll probably switch over to doing a Godot project at some point, or trying to learn Godot. But we shall see, right? I'm gonna see what this looks like if I just grab it and increase the size. My bat's okay looking. It was I used it before in one of my other ones, and it's a very small pixel. So let's just see what happens, or what it looks like if I change this to, how about like 50? All right. Let's set this in our spawner code, right? So we're going to do object enemy 15. Oops, 15. Oh, that's right. I need to make the object for it still. There. Back to the spawner. All right. We are going to code out these ones. I only want to see the new bat. We don't need that. We're going to say maybe 5 to 15 of them. And here we're going to uncode that. Oops. There we go. All right, so we're going to return number 3, which is only for level 3. And the player needs to be set to level 3 so we can test this. I think that's it. Oh, I want to get rid of my weapon so I can look at them. Let's run it and test it. And yes, the Sophie cam is the favorite for most people here. All right, we're going to go in. We're going to look. Oh, I messed up someplace. Yeah. They're all laser hungry right now. All right, let's close it for a minute. Let's figure out what I did. All right, we have level 3. Parent enemy. Nope. Here. It should only be this one. Should. Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. We want, let's do 1 to 5, so it's smaller numbers. And that should be okay. Oops. I hit the wrong button. Give it a minute. It's not going to open right. Oh, no, I did, right? Okay. You think everyone does Sophie Tree so they can see her? Yes. That's pretty much how it works. They all love the big screen view of her. All right. Enter through here. Let's go in. There we go. Okay, I get it's working this time. Whoa. I think it looks okay. I think it'll be fine for this game. All right, and the telegram or the tell goes green to yellow to red, and when it's in green and yellow, you can move, but it will follow you, and then once it hits red, it locks on, and you can avoid it if you're paying attention. Because if you're not, then you get hit. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to stop that. This is enemy 15. We're good there. We'll close that. Let's take a look at our enemies here. So this is 1. That's 2. I think 2, it needs some work. I think 2 is going to be special. I think maybe this guy, which you can't really see here. Let me open this up because I got my notes up. Oh, and we don't need this open anymore. We can get rid of that whole dialogue. The switch of the mouse here worked. So that should be fixed. We're not worrying about the light system. I don't know why. I just can't get it to work right, so it works fine. We're not changing it. But this guy, I think maybe I'll make him like, I don't know, level 4. And maybe he does something different, right? He's got a little like dynamite stick, and maybe I can make him throw something, and so it'll land and then explode. Also, ads are going to go off here in about, I don't know, 30-40 seconds or so. When they do, I'm going to take a quick be right back. I'm going to grab some more coffee. This will be a good point for everybody else to get up and stretch and do what you need to, and I'm going to uncover Arwen, the 4-year-old Quaker parrot. Because it's time. But I guess for now, I'll leave him in level 1 until I come up with something. All right. Well, like I said, ads are about to go off. So as soon as they do, I'll hit be right back here. They're not always on time. Sometimes they say, oh, it's launching, but then no, it doesn't. And it takes it a little bit longer. Well, let's see here. Technically, there they are. I was like, there they are. All right, I will be back. Hang tight, and I will see everybody shortly. I am back. Maybe. There it goes. Okay. OBS just did something weird, but I think we're good. Let's fix it so that one, we start with a weapon again. Two, we start back at level 1. And not store. Parent enemy. No. Not the floating text. Where is it? Here. Let's set this back up to like 15 to 40. Right? That should be good. This, we'll turn this back on. I think that was it, right? Oh, no, I had to do this. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to run it. We're going to play through a little bit. I'm going to be looking at how much the enemies kind of bunch up. I still think they need spread out a little bit, but let's run it and check that out for a little. I think that's my next thing I need to work on. So, yeah. Before I do that, this is a good time to commit new enemies. All right, there we go. Should be running. Perfect. I still think this is okay. Unless somebody can come up with some better conversation stuff, I think it works. And he runs away. I still think that animation looks okay. The portal shows up. We're going to go through it. Now the red portal show and the enemies come in. Well, I don't know why the bat's in here. I think I messed up somewhere. Hold on. I need the spawner. I probably did not do what I was supposed to up here. There. And we'll adjust that. 1, 2. All right, so that looks okay. That looks okay. These guys look okay. All right. Let's restart it. Oh, okay. So one of the other things I need to do is it looks like each of the enemies, when they spawn, are doing the exact same frame animation at the exact same time. I don't need that, right? I want them to be offset to give it more of a natural look. So let me make note of that. So we're going to make it so they all start on different frames to give a more natural look, right? That way, if they're going up with an axe, they're not all doing it at the exact same moment. All right. We're in here. Let's do one of these. Can't. Oh, this is bigger than this. Let's fix that as we go, right? So you are out of essence. And split. No, let's split it right there. All right, let's close that down. Um. What was it now? You are out of essence. So here. And what is it? Is it this way? Or that way? I think it's that way. All right. Let's run it and check it again. Kind of fixing little things as we go. They are kind of still bunching up, though. I think it should be a pretty quick fix on that. The separation distance and separation force, I think, are what I need to give, right? Now let's come in here. Choose one. Okay, you are out. You are out of essence and cannot afford any more weapons. So sad. And that's still lining up okay. All right, let's... I know it was separation. Distance. Oh. Nope. Maybe not. Where you think about where I had that? It's not gonna be in store manager. Parent enemy. Spawner. No. Not in there either. I remember writing separation distance. I don't remember where it is, though. I'm pretty sure it was like a variable separation distance. No, it's not finding it. All right, so it's obviously not what I did. Object parent enemy. Oh, it's right there. All right. It was in here. Oh, I was misspelling it. Damn it. So we have it set to 50 and 1. We're going to try separating them more. Let's, I don't know, jump by 30. And then the force between them, we're going to make stronger, meaning they won't overlap as much. So we're going to go to 2. And let's run it again and see what it looks like. Go through here. Go back to the room. All right, so if I try to hurt them, it is not working as well because of the force between them all. I think that looks okay. Let's do this. Choose that. Can't afford it anymore. Skills button still, I bet it's really offset and I have to fix that. I just don't see it highlighting. Well, you can't see it at all, but like there's a skill button way over here. I need to move it so it's over here as well. All right, let's first go here. Let's look up skill tree button. Where where Just thinking about that. In room store. What managers do I have in here? I have store manager, skill button, tree button. What was that, Sophie? Oh, Sheepin came down. That is what Sophie was doing. Because in here, I only have it over here. All right. Is Harvard scale? And I bet it's this right here. I bet I have to do the same exact thing I did on the other one. Right? To get the mouse to click on it. So let's do that. We're gonna change it. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna put that in my notes. Device, mouse, Y to GUI. We're gonna say 0 because it's device 0. So Sophie came down Cheapin came down, and then Sophie goes off because Sophie wants a treat from everyone. And then it gets very demanding. She's currently getting a little like bone with some peanut butter put into it. You got to get going. Oh, that's right. You're going out for coffee and stuff. What time do you think you are going to be home? All right, so coffee, nails, breakfast. Nails, breakfast. Okay. All right. Hang on one second. I will be right back. I'm back. So in here, draw my skill button. We're drawing our sprite. Button sprite. Button X, button Y, scale. All right, well, let's see if this fix this worked. And then we'll try to do some other stuff, right? All right, so Jeepin is off. She's going off to meet up with a friend of hers to get their nails done or whatever and go for some breakfast. And then she is streaming today. I think she plans to stream in about maybe 3 hours, so around 12:30. I believe she's doing World of Warcraft today. But between the two of us, she streams the games, and I kind of just do the game dev on the on the weekend. All right, let's go in here. It did work. Okay. So if you notice, can't see it. Let's move it over a little bit. There we go. To there. All right. So we now have it so you can highlight the skill button, which, by the way, is very bad artwork. It's kind of how that went. I actually manually wrote in skills, right? I did like pixel by pixel, and it was like and then it kind of stretched a little bit to make it a little bigger, and that's what we came up with. So for those that weren't here during that stream, that's how I did that. All right, let's resume. Let's take one of those. Can't do any more. This is good. Here, should be able to come in here, see this, exit, and excellent. The game's coming along pretty good. I got to fix this though. They don't destroy, like they just go through the enemies. So when it collides with the enemies, I still need it to like destroy, so you don't see the image anymore. Why does that look weird? I really think this thing is off. Let's just minimize that for a minute. Weapons, range here. I mean, like that should probably be like there. Those ones are okay. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go back to it. We're going to take the crossbow. We can't buy any more. We'll have to go to the next round. And let's go this way. All right, so now we have 4 weapons, right? Is there somebody left? Oh, you're out there. All right. There you are. Mr. D-Boy. Good morning. How are you doing today? All right, we're going to go north here. Let's do a crossbow. We can't do any more. Let's get rid of the toilet plunger. How it goes? Things goes well. Things go well. Slowly adding some new features into the game. But it's coming along nicely, right? The game only has like 3 weeks left, and then I'm done with it. So let's go here. We have a skill. We can go into the skill tree. We can select our skill. We now have 110 hit points that we can go to. There we are. We have maybe a couple more rooms, and then we're going to hit level 3. We don't want any of these, right? I still have to make it so that this box over here has what your current layout is. So you can see what you're holding, right? We also have to work on skills, which I'll probably work on some of that after I get back today. So it'll be after I get home from the local game developer guild meetup. Although I'll probably play some World of Warcraft with Jeepin today because I know she'll be streaming it. And then I'll work on this tonight. All right, so you can see we're moving through the map, right? Let's go to the next round here. I think we have like 2 more rooms, and we're going to hit level 3. Once we hit level 3, that's where the lasers like start coming in. And I worked on that yesterday, and I think it's a lot. It's coming over pretty good, right? I also think as you progress, the rooms produce more and more enemies. I think would be a good thing. Listen here, straggling. All right, we hit level 3. Let's go in. We're not going to do any of these. We don't have any skills for a level 3 yet. We don't have anything here. These technically aren't working very well. Let's try it. It says it. But we're going to try it. So this is level 3. Oh, there's a laser. There's a laser. There's 2 lasers. Okay. We'll go through. We'll just go straight back into the next round. So yeah, now you have to avoid the lasers, right? You get a tell from the enemies, and it goes green to yellow to red. And while it's green and yellow, you can move around and it will follow you. But once it hits red on that tell, it's locking in on you. And then you have the chance to avoid it, right? Because it'll lock onto that current position you're in. Yeah. And I think what I'm going to do is, as you level up, right? You hit level 3, you go in there. I think I'm going to make... Where's my notes? Let's make it so that... when you hit level 3, the number of level 1 enemies double. Right? That'll give you a good number of enemies. So I think that'd be good. All right. I think that's working pretty good. Flank, welcome in. I think I saw a character you used in your Cave Knight game. Possibly. Which one do you think it was? Like one of these guys? These are from an asset pack, different ones. I just can't remember which ones they are. I got it marked down somewhere. Oh, the Medusa? Yeah. This. Yeah, this is a cool character. It is from a asset pack. I have done some of this stuff on here. We almost back to mostly positive. Oh no. You'll get there. I don't know why you think you're not. You'll get there. Right? Mine was to Craft Picks. Oh, from Craft Picks? Yes, I'm on Craft Picks now, actually. I got it in here. I think it was in here, right? I forget where it was, but yeah, it was from here. Being that it's a 3-month game, there's only so many assets that I am going to make because it just takes me forever, right? I worked on some of the portal stuff, like these. This was my original portal. I decided I didn't like it. I made my little totems. They are not in the game yet. I made my slime mold. The bat at one point in time, and this dude. But that's about it. Oh, and I worked on my walls and stuff in here. Right. So this is a gradient effect on my wall. I was messing around with stuff in here, but that's it. Outside of that, I am 100% going to find asset packs because, like I said, it is a 3-month game. I don't have time to sit there and design everything. Can't do it. Not that good. And let me check what you're talking about, Mr. D-Boy. So let me find in here. What do you mean mostly positive? I see it saying very positive. I'm assuming we're talking about your game. It's very positive. Everybody likes your game. For those that are interested, Mr. D-Boy put a game out called Mr. Farm Boy. Mr. Farm Boy on Steam, right? It just came out on March 5th. And so it was in early access. It is now fully released. And this is what I see. I see very positive all reviews. 82% of this of here and 81% here. All very positive stuff. So, this is it. If you are interested in a farming sim game that's cozy, that has design features, you got decorations you can do. You can ride a horse. You got to raise it though, but you can ride it. You can do roll off your horse. You can do all kinds of stuff in here, and you can go fishing. Right? That's it. Go check out his game. Did you see the one girl's negative? She says Dev is acting a way she acts, leaving comment trash. What? In here? No, I haven't looked at the reviews. Where do we see that? You can tell I don't look at reviews much. Did I just click on this stuff? This one. This lady? That one left a... she joined the Discord, asked for help on why she wasn't getting eggs from the chickens. You need animal tiles, yes. And all she got was a sarcastic answer from the dev, as if I should have known everything to begin with. Sounds it. Right? And then his excuse was that he only got 2 hours of sleep since the latest release. This is not how I think I should have been treated, or anyone else who has questioned about the game. And expecting us to read his mind on the type of development he wants for his game is crazy. He even admitted it needs to be polished, but then when I tried to tell him what was confusing me and might confuse others, that's when he gave the lack of sleep excuse. She's not saying the game is bad at all. She actually likes the game. Yeah. I feel like how people perceive things immediately feels like they need to give something a bad review is just kind of common these days, right? The game is good. She even says that, right? But she goes and says, silly things, most of the generation now does that stuff, right? Where if you feel like somebody treated you wrong, you're going to go and leave a bad review, even though you say you like the game, right? I don't know. That is a game. Yeah, it is exactly Flank. It is her venting, not the game review. And Tris, good morning. Welcome in. How are you doing today? We're sitting here looking at a game by Mr. D-Boy, which I posted a link up there a little bit ago. His game was released into version 1, so it came out of early access, and we're checking things out. It was cool. What? How's your morning going? And Tris, if you need to lurk and run to do your stuff, please, by all means, go ahead and do so. I appreciate you being here, though. It's just kind of like back to that comment. People like to vent, and they feel like they need to do it in a review for something. Oh, you got that. Oh, you have no moment. You're back again. That's not cool. Yeah, I honestly, like, I would not pay attention much to that kind of review. People are going to see it and be like, what is this person talking about? Because it has nothing to do with the game itself. Right? Still haunts you. Can't let it haunt you. Right? It's the internet. People are going to leave weird reviews just because they can. Right? And at this moment, your game still says very positive. So, that's the good part. I wouldn't even worry at all, right? Like Bridges, the internet is full of trolls. It is. 1% away from mostly negative. You'll fix that. No problem, right? You'll get it. Again, like Flank is saying, like Bridges, the internet is full of trolls. You can't help it. You're going to have them. They're going to come in. They're going to be trollish. They're going to do whatever they want to do. They'll leave bad reviews. They'll say you didn't talk to them the way they want to be talked to. And so they don't care what anybody else says. They'll be like, I'm just going to leave a bad review. So, can't help it. They even said in the review they liked the game. It was just a vent to one. That's it. I wouldn't even comment to it. It is on sale right now. Yes. It came out into version 1, so it came out of early access. It is currently for US, it's $7.99, 20% off. So whatever that equals for you, it's a good game. I would get it. Calvar, your game was absolutely great. You were leaving a bad review because your cat knocked your coffee over and it spilled on your keyboard. Yes. 100% warranted bad review right there. Cat spilling the coffee. Right? That is how the internet works now. So, I would not feel bad, Mr. D-Boy. You are doing well. You'll get more reviews, right? So, don't feel bad about it. You can still find other people to reach out to play the game, give you a review, right? Let's see. I know a few other streamers that like playing cozy games. Can always try to see if one of them wants to do a review for you. You know, review the game, kind of play it on stream, that kind of stuff, right? Sophie. But I would not worry, right? Don't let it eat you up. You're doing fine. You're doing fine, right? All right. Yeah, they sent you a DM later. After you play, you will leave a review. Excellent. I mean, you can't help it. Oh, I will send you a DM later. Yes. Yeah, I will. And work something out, right? We'll find some other streamers that like to do cozy games and do it. I believe Jeepin is also going to try to play your game at some point. And she's going to do it. She'll do it on stream. You know, I'll find out what day she's going to try to do that. But outside of that, I think my game's going pretty good. Right? Let me make sure I got it all closed down. It looks like it. Let's come in here. Let's run it one more time. And we're going to check out how it looks. And that might be a good stopping point for today. I get to go today. I'm going to someplace called... Do I still have it up here? I don't. New Game Plus, right? It is a retro gaming place, but it's you got consoles, and they have rooms that look like they're from the 80s. They got toys all over the walls, but they also have all the old computers set up so you can play all the different style games. What we do from the local gaming dev guild is we go there, we put our games on all the computers, right? Then the public gets to come in, they get to play our games, we get live feedback, we learn a couple things, and see what people like, and then we get to adjust our stuff and be like, oh, this is great. We'll work on it, and then next time we're here, which is once a month, we'll have an update. So hopefully I'll get a bunch of live feedback about how this game looks, and we'll go from there. Now, the cool part is the local game dev guild has some members of it from Bethesda, Blizzard, that will always be there. They play everybody's game, and then from a professional look, they tell you how they like the game loop, the aesthetics, what they think is missing, and you learn a lot. It's kind of cool. All right, so we talk to our friend here, go through, the friend leaves. Still think that looks okay. I want to still make one of these look like it's moving inside it. But I got to finish, like, I got to edit that still. I still like the way my walls look with the gradient effect on them in this environment. And we'll go into here. I need to make it so that they all do not do the same animation at the same time. Like these guys with the axe. They all swing at the same time. So I'm going to make it so that they start on different frames. And that will offset them. I did make it so that... let's grab another weapon. Okay, we can't afford any more. Go here. I feel like the weapons are off a little bit too. I need to work on this, the look of it. But And that might be because I moved it, but, you know. All right, now we have 3 weapons. We got 2 guns and a crossbow. See if I can take some damage here. Nope. I did make it so that the essence stones give you health. All right, we took a little damage there. Hardly any damage. But when you walk over these, you can collect them, but if you are low on health, they will replenish some of your health. There we go. We hit level 2. Go in here. This is where your skill is. So we can choose that. We'll be able to select this. It says increase HP by 10. It's our first one. We go back out. And we'll choose another weapon. Nah, we'll leave it where are we at. I think this game's coming along pretty good. We have about... What was it, chat? We have about 3 weeks left, right? Before my 3-month project is done. Yeah, it's going pretty good. I like it. I think the lasers, when you hit the level 3 from the enemies, looks pretty good. I need to clean up some of this. I just think I have some other snap points offset a little bit. So that might be my next thing. You're just here lurking, your energy so low, typing, bleh. Yeah, I know. You need to take care of yourself. That's what you need to do, right? Yep. But this is probably a good point, right? I'm probably going to end. We're going to find somebody to raid out to. It was only going to be 3 hours today. Like I said, I have an event to go to, so I want to go and get ready for that. So let's close this down. Do this. Let's see who's on. I don't know who's on. It's a Sunday morning, right? And that'll be it for today. There's not many people on, right? But let's try to find someone. Oh, you know who we're going to go visit? We haven't visited Tim in a while. So, let's go ahead and start that up. We'll go visit Tim there. Yeah, Trisp has been playing Marathon for a while. So, that's it for today. Don't forget, I will be back on tomorrow, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. So same digital time, same digital place. We'll continue with whatever I can get done today. And after I go to the event, when I get home, Jeepin is going to be streaming World of Warcraft. So I'm probably going to play a little bit with her today on that. So don't forget, you can always check out her gameplays. And on Mondays, she does a great cooking stream. So there's a shout out for Jeepin. And like I said, she's going to be doing World of Warcraft today. I'll probably be playing that for a while and then working on the game tonight. But I will see everybody tomorrow. Let's go ahead and say hi to Tim. And I will catch you all later. Have a good one, folks. Bye.